Hello and welcome back to Banging Your Head Until the Right Answer Comes Out. This sequence is covered RDS, SQL Server, EC2, and a little bit of beginning CLI. This episode is episode 30, creating an AMI from an EC2 instance. So an AMI is basically an image that you can start up a new machine. Okay, so we've covered a lot of this stuff, all that stuff, and a lot of SQL Server, and here we are. Create an AMI of our EC2 instance. Okay, so step one, let's go ahead and log into our existing instance just to see what's in here. Okay, nothing up my sleeves. There's our Visual Studio Code or Notepad, and if we open this up, we can see there's Python, Visual Studio 2019, and all that kind of good stuff. So this is our developer's machine. But what happens? Machines go bad, we get new employees, and it took a lot of time to go through all the steps to make this instance. So we're gonna log out. Let's just log out. And let's just back up to the beginning here. Okay. So let's go to EC2 from the base screen on the console here. And you see I have one instance running. So let's click on our instance. And it's here. Okay, and I terminated an instance earlier today, just making sure I know what I'm doing. So what we want to do is we want to select this instance here, go to instance state, and stop instance. And yes, I want to stop the instance. I'm glad it's asking. I call questions like that chicken questions. Get your user to think, am I really sure? Do I really want to do that? Yep, and there it is. It stopped. Okay, that's perfect. So now we're going to click on our instance ID. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to go to storage. And I have, this is our hard drive in essence. We're going to click on that. And we're going to go Actions, Create Snapshot. Now, this takes a little while. We'll call it Developer Base Install. In EC2 class. Here we go. And we'll add a tag, just call it name developer. Okay, and then you're going to hit create snapshot over here. Okay, so it says create snapshot request succeeded. Don't think that it's done. We'll hit close here. And then we're going to go to snapshots because it wasn't there. And we're going to hit refresh on here. Well, it says it was completed. All right. Let's click in on this guy. Down here. And it was created November 16th, 2020 at 4:20 p.m. And that's our guy. All right, that's perfect. So now that we're navigated to Elastic Block Store Snapshots, and we have our snapshot selected here, we're going to go to Actions, Create Image. Note that it doesn't say Create AMI, which I wish it did. The first time I went through this, I was like, that looks like the right thing. And we'll click on it. Developer Base System. All right. Starting new hire developer. Okay, And there's nothing else we really need to do here, so we're just going to hit create. Create image request received. Okay. So now let's go to AMI. So this would have been empty just a minute ago, but here it is. It's here. And it looks like it's ready to go, which is weird because it took me a long time the last time. Well, for the first time. So, then we can just go ahead and click on Actions and launch. Alright, so here we are. We're ready to create our new guy. We know it doesn't work well with the T2 micro, so that's that. Cut more of my body off here, and then we're going to click on Configure Instance Details. I don't think we're going to touch anything in here really. So we're going to click Add Storage. We're not going to add anything. Add tags. We're not going to add anything here. Well, actually, you know what? Let's add a tag. Created from, and we're going to put this from AMI. Oh, custom AMI. Perfect. We're going to configure a security group. Now, it wants to create a new security group, but I already have a security group that's going to work for us, and that's this one. It's already set up so that my home IP address will be able to log into the machine. So we're going to click Review and Launch. Okay, I'm really not reviewing much here. And click on Launch. We're going to use the existing key pair, which doesn't matter too much for us with this window setup, and then we're going to click on Launch Instances. Okay, your instances are now launching. Good deal. So, just a quick stop by here. You see I've got these over here? You can add them and remove them by just clicking on over here. And there we go. FSX. Or I don't need FSX. Maybe I want Glacier. But anyway, it's a nice quick stop to do this fairly easily. The one benefit it has over these, the recently visited, is it's got the icon so you can see it very easily. Okay, let's get the rest of my torso back here. Okay, so we're just going to go to AWS. Well, I just click on here, EC2. Instances running is 1. You click over here. And here we go. We've got a running, and we have a stopped. So I'm going to click on my stopped instance. And we're going to start it. And then we're going to bounce back and forth between our two instances. But while that's pending, let's click on here. All right, and we've got a public link to our machine. Click on here, go remote desktop. Paste that address in here and hit connect. Put the handy administrator user in, and my ultra top secret password, and hit OK. It asks me about my certificate, so okay, we're just going to accept that and hit yes. Now this is my new instance, and if we look in the top right, we see, but just for sanity check here, we're in this brand new instance, and we're going to just make sure that everything's here. All right, there's Visual Studio. We'll click on that. So while that's starting, let's go on back over here. Click Instances. And now you see my dev base instance is up and running too. So let's click on that. Copy that. There we go. And this is asking me about that too, but it's because this is a new address. We had to stop and start the instance. Let's There's my other instance. Visual Studio started, which is good. So the interesting thing is the host names seem to be the same. I'm going to close Visual Studio. We don't really need it. And unfortunately, this original, the new instance we logged into seems to have lost some information here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do this the old-fashioned way. We're going to do IP config. Okay, that's good. So our IP address is 172.31.20.140. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing over on this guy. Just to make sure you understand that these are, in fact, two separate instances. There we go. You can position these, right? It's 172, 31, 38, 179, and 172, 31, 20, 140. And there it is. So we have two separate instances running. So we get a new developer. What do? We just start up a new instance. You don't have to waste time or anything like that. As long as it's an EC2 instance, we're great. So here's something fun. Let's say someone has a bad day and they're feeling unpleasant towards the company. They click these two instances and they go actions, instance date, terminate instance. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to click terminate. So now all that work we put into creating these instances are being deleted because our instances are being shut down. They won't be there anymore. They're all terminated now. So if I click on this here, I don't even know why they keep this here. It's gone. But if they don't have access to the AMIs, they can't delete the AMI. So then I just go over here and I click on Actions, since it's already selected, and I click Launch. We're going to do our T2 large, move me out of the way, configure instance details. Oops. Well, we weren't going to do anything here. Add storage. Not going to do anything here. Add tags. Let's add tag. Remove from. We'll say new instance from AMI. We're going to configure the security group. We're going to use our existing security group. I remember this number. I should give it a better name, but that's all right. We're going to review and launch. We're not really going to review. We're going to hit launch. Acknowledge that. We're going to click launch instances. There we go. Okay, so the services. We click on our EC2 icon. Nothing is running right now, which is the way it should be. Let's move it over here. Can't stay in one place. Now it says it's running, but the status check is initializing. Well, let's go ahead and click on it. Now, I thought that was a little odd. Let's go back over here. It says it's running, but it's still initializing. That's more like it. It should respond right away. Nice and snappy. We'll get our, do we want to accept this? Fine, we do. And there we go. Just as if that rogue developer hadn't done anything. But it's all about security and access and policies and IAM users. But we're looking pretty good here. Just double click Visual Studio Code, which we installed last. Close this one. We'll just close them both, and that's it. that's how you create an AMI from EC2 Instance. We're going to log out. And thank you.